welcome back to Whimsy Creek Art. And if you are new here, my name is Megan and welcome to the channel. Alright, so what I have today is a Dollar Tree haul. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the top 20 products for me that the Dollar Tree has that I use in my paint pouring. And explain a little bit about each product and how I use it for paint pouring. Alright, so these ones are pretty easy and we'll just get those out of the way. So these are all in the kitchen section, and this is a really pretty large spatula. And what I use this one for is if I'm transferring a wet one over to my drying rack, it's really easy to transfer some smaller items, smaller pieces. Here's just a spoon, and I've used this one, done it very similar to this one. You can actually pour your paint right in either one of these and just kind of spoon it over the top, or kind of when you put it in here and kind of drag it across. I'll do a couple videos here coming up this next week or two on both those techniques. So those are 3 items in the kitchen section that are at the Dollar Tree, and they just have this Cooking Concepts brand. So I use those 3 items in my paint pours. And then of course a real good one is their aluminum pans. I use these a lot. I'll put a recycled yogurt container or pudding cup container and put it upside down and do my pours right in. They have a whole variety of different sizes. This is kind of their brownie size, or real small square one. It comes 2 pieces, and these work great to pour right in. And what's great about these is once the leftover paint has dried in the bottom, it peels right up to make necklaces and all kinds of stuff from the paint skins. They have larger ones. They have lots of different sizes of the aluminum pans. And then they have lots of varieties of different sizes of cups. This is just one example of a size of cups that they have there at the Dollar Tree. And every once in a while you'll see they have bonus ones where you get a couple of extra. So always look out for those ones. And then one great thing the Dollar Tree has is these awesome, and you can't get these all the time. I've noticed they're not year-round, or at least at our local Dollar Trees. But these bottles work great, and you get 2 of them for $1 to mix your paint right in the bottles. So I keep these bottles around. I probably have 30 or 40 of them mixed up with paint. And then every so often you gotta wash those bottles out, and they have a bottle brush. And I found this in the baby section because it's got the end where you can really get down in there and get in the tip and get it really good. So they've got the bottles and the bottle brush to go along with it. Then they also have in the kitchen section this flavor injector. I have done a couple videos on this. This sharp kind of almost needle part, I just kind of toss that. We don't need this. And I just use the syringe part, and I put paint right in there and inject it down into the painting. And I've already got videos on this, but I'll do a couple more videos on that. And then at the wedding section, they kind of have a small section at the Dollar Tree that has some wedding decor supplies. And these are actually napkin rings, and you get 6 of them for $1. But I use them to pour in. I've got many videos on the napkin ring pours. But that's where I get them, is at the Dollar Tree. They're just plastic, but they work great, and you can use them over and over again. And then the Dollar Tree has a few different examples of gloves, but I use these ones. You get them for a 10-pack. And the Dollar Tree also, in their craft section, they've got palette knives, and they come a 3-pack. A little variety of palette knives. These 2 work the best for me for swiping with a controlled swipe technique, or a few other swipe techniques. And so those are in the craft section at the Dollar Tree. And then of course, stir sticks, which I don't go through too many stir sticks anymore because I use the squeeze bottles. When you mix it in the squeeze bottles, you tend to not go through as many stir sticks because I mix my paint right there in the squeeze bottles. And then you go through less stir sticks and less cups as well. but these are handy to have them on hand. Right there from the Dollar Tree, you get 100 of them in case you're mixing up a low color that sometimes I'll mix just small amounts in cups. Also at the wedding decor section, they have these spoons. I believe there were 20 or 25 of them in a package for $1. These work great if you just want to spoon a little bit. I've dipped into a dirty pour cup and just spooned a little across of painting. So those are real convenient, and you can reuse those over and over again. And then they have a whole variety of balloons at the Dollar Tree. And they have smaller, like water balloon sizes, just a whole different variety of balloons that you can use for the balloon smash technique. And then of course the Dollar Tree has just these cheapo plastic tablecloths, and that's what I use to paint on and to kind of protect my surfaces. And you can fold these in half, and even depending on how big your table is, you can fold them to thirds or quarters and use them several times. And they have all different colors if you don't want white. The Dollar Tree also has a package of sandpaper, and it's great if you're using wood items to sand any imperfections down a little bit. And it's a variety of different grits or roughness of sandpaper, and you get quite a bit of them. So over in kind of the tool section of the Dollar Tree, they have sandpaper. Then also in the kitchen section, they have these chopping mats, and you get 2 of them in here. What I do if the big aluminum pans are a large aluminum pan, or sometimes you can cut these down for the smaller aluminum pans, and you can put these right in the bottom of your aluminum pans you can pull the the runoff paint out and make skins a lot easier if you have one of these chopping mats. Or you can pour right on these chopping mats, and then it dries really pretty quickly and easily, and you can peel it off to do paint skin collages and necklaces and all kinds of different ideas. Then they also have some new silicone facial mask applicators, and they have a few different sizes of these. And I'm using these lately. It's been fun to kind of do some fun abstract swiping techniques with these silicone facial applicators. Then they also have these silicone applicators. Then you get 2 of them, and these are great to put your varnish on. You can apply varnish with these silicone applicators, and they're pretty cheap, and you don't get brush strokes. So these are a great option to put your varnish or your clear coat on top of your paintings. Alright, last but not least, I have these facial scrubbers. You get 2 of them for $1, and they kind of have little knobbies on them. And what I use these for is when I'm doing brush work. These work great when I'm using my paint brushes, and so you get 2 of them in there, and they've got different textures there, and they have kind of like a little thing there that'll hold on to the bottom. So what I do is I use these jars to wash out my paintbrushes. So if I have a dirty paintbrush and I want to wash it out, I take one of these and I have it at the bottom of my jar, and it'll just stick at the bottom of the jar, and then I'll put water in there, and I'll use that in the bottom of my paint water to scrub my paintbrush clean. And it'll clean your paintbrush a lot quicker when you have that down there in the bottom of your jar. And it works real good, and you get 2 of them for $1. So that's kind of my last item for the Dollar Tree haul of all the items I use in my paint pouring or just painting in general. And let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching.